months ago, I could be like, oh, these are the banned heroes most of the
Obviously,
time.
yeah.
But like with the last patch, a lot of things
Was it
have
a War
changed.
Beast, maybe?
No,
Might have been
oh
War
yeah, it was
Beast.
War Beast. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Freaky knows it.
Got it. Nailed it. All right, so yeah, War Beast being left open this time. We'll see if he maybe gets some attention, but how about that? So the Rhapsody first pick, but BMG, unlike Staker last game, they actually respond with a Tempest, but that means Bubbles then going to be picked up by Stay Green, so BMG not addressing that Rhapsody maybe like Stay Green was last game. You think that could come back to hurt them?
Yeah, no, definitely. The Stay Green. Well, okay, the thing is, okay, with the Tempest pick, Stay Green really won't have any strong push. So the Rhapsody pushing aspect won't be as strong, but the team fight aspect will be pretty difficult. Like, it's kind of hard to deal with the Rhapsody because the Canson Ultimate, you need some good heroes to deal with it.
Yeah. Torturer going to be the response so far. Yeah, Torturer's obviously got his power for counter pushing if need be, so they throw him in there. Stay Green now looking for their response, but as already we see again the Tempest pickup coming out for BMG. So again, that kind of answers that as far as we are going to be seeing a jungler from their side. So back over to Stay Green, and it is going to be Parasite. So also going to be a jungler on Stay Green side. Going the Parasite pickup. You like that response?
Um, yeah, SG, they just want a jungler. Parasite so far isn't the strongest with, say, like, okay, I should say it's more like Rhapsody doesn't get fully utilized with a Parasite on your team, but you don't always get the best out of your heroes, and they're still strong heroes, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I like the Parasite pick. They definitely want SG does play best with utilizing the jungle strategy.
Going to be going for that here. Gauntlet, the final pick from BMG. So, yeah, I mean, you said it. Super KG's been playing a lot of this recently. And hell, last game, he actually landed some great hooks once again. So, not too surprising to see the Gauntlet pick up final pick here. But that's what they go with. So, now into the next tier of bans. Again, Warbeast not touched yet. And at this point, may end up being banned here. And if not, maybe he gets picked up after that. But we'll see how that goes. Madman, the first ban, by the way. Interesting.
That is okay, that may tell two things. One, they want to ban on Jonas heroes, and now they could be doing just targeted ban. Like, if they ban, like, they just want to lock Jonas down. Madman's a kind of a hard hero to shut down, and it might mean they want to dual lane the short lane, or it's just they just don't want to play Madman because I guess he's strong in lane.
Yeah.
But it could lead to the fact that they might want to dual lane the short lane on SG, but maybe not.
All right. So again, we'll see what that leads to here with their pickups next. I mean, so if that you were kind of wondering if maybe we're going to see a Moon Queen ban here from PMG because obviously it worked out well for Staker in last game, and there's the Gemini ban once again.
Like, if Pebbles is left on the board, I could foresee Stay Green doing like a Pebbles dual lane bottom or mid for that matter, and then maybe like a carry like Drunken Master on Chessie or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, they're going to think about this one here. Hanskin putting some good thought into that final ban again, maybe leaning towards more of that carry route as Ravener and Warby so far, sure enough, were their other two bans. So wants to make sure that they get the right choice again. I'm still thinking definitely that Moon Queen there. You're talking about Pebbles. So you can see Pebbles here. I mean, Meraxis actually interesting. Oh
I
man,
like the Meraxis ban. Okay, here's the thing. I feel like SG was going to take Meraxis or Pebbles, so they could have made their bans a little bit more targeted, but they let Pebbles go because a Pebbles dual lane mid is not the worst in the world. If it's a dual lane mid Pebbles, they can deal with it if they have a good ganks mid. However, there's a high chance to be a short lane Pebbles, and in that case, they would have wanted to ban both heroes.
yeah. All right, so 60 seconds now for Stay Green of extra time to decide what that pick is. Sure enough, Moon Queen. So they are probably just going to run that short lane babysit here with the Moon Queen pickup. It looks like.
They could, but you could also solo Moon Queen. You do have a Parasite on your team, and if you pull Moon Queen once in a region, he can solo against a
Yeah.
lot of heroes. But I think it'll depend really on what BMG pick. Do they pick a hero that can be boxed out by Rhapsody? Do they pick a hero that Moon Queen can solo 1v1 against? Or does SG have a hero they want to put a dual lane mid with? Because Parasite, he is really strong for when you dual lane mid. It's pretty Like Parasite plus a good catch in the middle lane is good versus a hero like Gauntlet, because Gauntlet wants to fight you all the time. He's gonna be playing
Yeah.
far up, trying to land good hooks, and that puts him out of position if you have three heroes there and they don't.
I do find it interesting. This is kind of just hitting me more and more, but how we used to talk about all the time the Super KGE effect. How teams like State Green and a lot of other teams would ban the hook heroes. The prisoners, the devourers, and whatnot with both the initial bans and even the next tier bans. And lately, it's been more the Jonathan fan effect. I mean, obviously the Grinix is the one initially, and then you got Madman and Scout here being banned out with the next tier ban. So
Well, it really depends how the draft goes. They took Gauntlet in the first three. Gauntlet wasn't really deemed
true.
first pick worthy of a ban, whereas then it's just sometimes it's KG, but usually KG's hero gets picked in the first three. Lions puts a lot of priority on it, so it's just something. I see where you're going with this, but it really just depends on where the draft is going with this so
Yeah.
far. And definitely give me the short lane dual lane by SG. They will lose a little. They will lose a little bit of the parasite in terms of laning phase potential, and Tempest will just be able to free farm the jungle and probably be a little bit ahead of parasite.
Yeah.
But now, BMG needs to find a hero that can do well in the long lane plus fit in their lineup.
Well, how about that Soul Stealer pick, by the way? I mean, obviously we saw the last grand finals, State Green versus BMG, and then there was Lions. The Soul Stealer Fuzi, he definitely had a very good game, the one game that he picked them up there. Lodestone, by the way, the final pick. So Lodestone, we see back-to-back games here now on either team. Kind of interesting there as well for a hero we haven't really seen too much of in recent history.
I think they pick Lodestone just because they need. Okay, they have the initiation to set up the Lodestone combo where this game, so that's good for them. Plus, they needed a hero that could go long lane versus two and do okay or do well. However, this Pharaoh pick this could be really big for them. First of all, you have Swindlemelon's playing Pharaoh, which is one of his old prime heroes, that used to get banned
Oh,
occasionally.
yeah.
Then it's against a Soul Stealer, and if there's a hero that's good at killing Soul Stealer, it's Pharaoh, man. Like, you get level 7, you have 4 points in your Hellfire. You find him, you kill him, unless he has like over 1k HP investments.
Yeah. Definitely good for hunting him down. And then, of course, there's the Tempest effect. Obviously, being able to stop his ultimates and be very useful against him as well with that Hellfire, speaking of it. So, yeah, definitely setting themselves up to have a pretty good time. And as you put it, too, Swindlemelon's playing that Pharaoh. So, kind of interesting seeing that. And going to be going to Suicide Pharaoh here. So, Swindlemelon's going to Suicide lane. Not too often we see that, but again, it's
I
just how
actually
it worked out
think
here.
BMG should go dual lane top because SG have kind of put themselves in a way where they can't dual lane mid, and Soul Stealer versus Pharaoh is a very volatile matchup. It can go either way with like kills going to both sides, and I think KGE will do just fine versus the Bubbles mid,
Yeah.
and you just want to shut down if you can shut down the Pharaoh and you give the Soul Stealer a large advantage. The mid game presence that Pharaoh brings the threat to a Soul Stealer, it goes down a lot. So I think BMG should dual lane, short lane, solo mid. It should favor them a bit more.
It looks like they are going to be making that happen. I don't know if that was just kind of a later on decision or just simply kind of scouting things out initially, but setting him to the top lane. But nonetheless, he is going to be heading towards the top lane, so kind of going off what you were talking about there. Jonas, a fan, actually going to be taking some good pressure early on. Was not expecting them to be as up as they were. And actually, as a result, takes some good damage. Is going to be using those tree eaters of his that he was pulled, at least some of them, and to regen a little bit of that life. But
I think both long lanes were pulled 200 gold in the region, so pretty strong.
well, look at this Rhapsody, man. That's brutal. Constantly deal with that.
Yeah, he's gonna have to use his potion and should probably send out another potion because of the early harassment. The trees just won't be good enough, and now this means he's not soaking lane XP, which means Moonqueen will hit level 2 before he does, and that's a pretty big deal. It might zone him out of the lane.
Yeah. So in the meantime, again, you got both your suicide matchups here. So with Torture being up here, definitely not expecting Pharaoh to have a good time setting up Soulstar to be pretty well off, and actually gonna get a good flank on him right here and put some nice auto attacks in, throw up that impalement, and get as much damage as possible. And actually gonna do a lot of damage here onto Pharaoh. As oh my god, yeah, oh jeez, that was really close. One auto attack.
That was pretty close. Let's look at Tor. He has one more Impale left before he's out of mana. so that's good for Pharaoh. And he's gonna go back in again. And
Yeah, he's going to eat a tree preemptively, so he should be fine here. But again, Torture just making his life a living hell. And that's his job, so mission accomplished there by Seal Kid. So now we have Soul Stealer, obviously set to have a good start here, but so is the Moon Queen, so very similar to last game in that sense, where you kind of got except it's not the Chronos versus the Moon Queen, it's Soul Stealer versus Moon Queen, definitely a different style of matchup there as far as what you're looking for with BMG. Obviously, Soul Stealer a lot more effective in the earlier game stage compared to somebody like a Chronos. So the more I think about it, similar style of gameplay almost you would expect, but just more impactful for BMG because that's Soul Stealer. But I guess they are running a jungler as well, so it is at the same time a little bit different compared to game number one.
if you look at the heroes, let's break down the laning phase just a little bit. So actually, it looks like Swindleman will probably get level 4 or 5 from the laning phase because the lane he's getting some. No, actually, he'll probably get like 3. But it looks like both suicides are getting about the same, experience out of the lane. So they won't. No team will have that advantage. And mid lane looks to be pretty even. And then it just comes down to where BMG will have some like team fighting and I don't know. I think the early games like both teams have their pros and cons. They can kill the other heroes, and it'll just come down to play. But as the game progresses, Pharaoh's gonna not do much in team fights between heroes get shrunken head,
Yeah.
and Bubbles won't do as much, and that's when BMG will probably start to become stronger in the fights.
Yeah. So 3 minutes into this game, obviously not too much going on just yet. No bloodlust kill. That was damn close for Pharaoh at the top lane. And yeah, speaking of him, he's all the way back at the base currently. He's going to port back to the top lane, but doesn't have any. I guess he does have 3 tree eaters on him currently, so a little bit of regen there, but right off the bat, it's going to be completely boxed out and sent back to the tower. So again, Soul Stealer has those souls starting to be added up, about 300 gold per minute, but again, Moon Queen 320 plus GPM here. So the Tempest versus a Parasite, it is actually turning out to be pretty even. So that might be almost a little surprising. Even again, you figure maybe Tempest a little bit faster of a farmer, but Parasite's managing to actually keep toe-to-toe, if anything, kind of taking the slight lead here. So, I mean, I guess the Tempest nerfs definitely hurt him as well. So.
I mean, Tempest nerfs when camp spawns do make a factor, which I haven't really looked at the spawns of this game or
That's
people
true.
screwing up. Tempest, if you like, Tempest is a little bit easier to screw up with, though you shouldn't at this level. It does happen though.
Yeah. Well, back into the jungle. Hanskin goes after picking up the illusion rune right there. And going to continue to farm. So again, he's doing solid, but actually look at my nuts now on Parasite. 325 gold per minute. So really just started to skyrocket here all of a sudden. There is a little bit of action in several lanes, and actually Pharaoh is going to be nuked down. I thought he was going to live. I went back to Bubbles because he was also taking some damage, but sure enough, Fuzi lands that long-range Demon Hands and snipes out Swindlemelon. So Bloodlust kill coming out about 4.5 minutes into this game. You do see middle lane, they're trying to set something up. Rhapsody's here, level 3 only, and actually Gauntlet. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's looking for him.
Oh, yeah, he knows something's up.
But the Minotaur's coming. This could be a pretty big gank. Bubbles just hit 6. He has an any point skill, so he can go double silence if need be.
There we go. There's the initiation. He's trying to get a range with the silence. No, there's the Kelfield. No silence needed. And down goes Gauntlet right there. So they were setting that up for a while. Great patience coming out by Stay Green there in the meantime. So tied up at 1 hero kill apiece. But again, Fuzi getting the Bloodlust kill at the top lane. Starts to burst that GPM up quite a bit. Now they're going to push the top. No, they're not going to push the top tower. Just kind of pushed up a little bit. Actually putting some good damage on the Pharaoh once again.
Gauntlet had the decision either buy a TP or have boots, so that's a pretty big gank. I think Limp is going to have boots bottle on him, and soon he'll have upgraded boots or some more build-up items.
Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah. Gauntlet's not having a good game, man. I mean, obviously the death really slowing him down too, but yeah, only 225 gold per minute, so definitely much different for Super KG here in game number 2 compared to how the first game went. Tempest is going to box out that 6-minute rune, happens to be the refreshment. Bottom rune's Invis, as actually Lowstone's going to manage to pick that up here, so.
I'm kind of surprised Swindle didn't want to contest that rune. Tempest had literally 0 mana to cast a single spell, but he just wanted to take the safe play, and you can never really, go against the safe play, but, there was really no need to not take the rune.
Yeah.
Lodestone's mid. Do you have any kill potential here? They do. If Gauntlet ulti can land his ult.
Uh-oh. He's going to be spotted. Yep, he noticed it the last second. He does. Rocket drill away, but it doesn't matter. He saw them kind of coming out over. He might have even seen the Rev War being placed, and sure enough, he gets taken out. So, yeah, Stay Green, they knew he picked up that invis. They had a war sight down here that just spotted him and eventually set up the counter kill on him. So, yeah, looking to be a kill for BMG, and Stay Green responds very well to set up a counter kill there. So, a lot more of this is shaping up to be relying on Fuzi here, playing the Soul Stealer and his start. I mean, 400 gold per minute. Again, he most certainly has that start. You eyeing that portal key, you think, here for Soul Stealer?
I think honestly, first item Shrunken Head. Look at Legion heroes. You got Bubbles, you got Pharaoh, you got Parasite, you got Moon Queen, Rhapsody. All a lot of magic damage. I think he's gonna need a Shrunken Head if they want to take team fights.
Yeah. I
guess another route would be Energizer or Steam Boots, but I think I just like the Shrunken Rush. If you can get a fast Shrunken, you're gonna have such a huge advantage in early game team fights.
Yeah. It's always one of those tough first items to go for, though, because it's obviously not the most effective farming tool item necessarily compared to others, but at the same time, if there is going to be action, and not only that, but if you want to promote action, then of course that is the go-to item, especially the sooner the better. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously when we get that portal key mark, we'll see if he goes for that. Or yeah, he is going to be jumped, though. Tempest is nearby, though. He's going to be here about the Song of the Seesaw. It's his Tempest ultimate, but no! Soul Stealer falls to the auto attack, trying to at least get one counter kill here. Bubbles is dropping, so is Pharaoh. Pharaoh puts the Mummy Walls up. He's taking some stuns. The Mummy Walls pushes them back. Gauntlet's coming in with the grapple ready to go. Can he actually land the grapple? Here's the question. He doesn't even need a Gauntlet blast to finish him off. The grapple misses Bubbles, so not going to be a second kill there. Bubbles not going to risk going in either, so that'll be the end of that. That was so close to saving Soul Stealer and maybe even turning around with a double tap right there with a big Soul Burst perhaps, but not to be, as it was just enough. So 1 for 1, I think the Legion team, though, was pretty happy with that exchange.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that level 5 Pharaoh for a level 8 Soul Stealer, and they forced the Tempest Ultimate, so definitely a big win, but at least BMG did get something out of it. However, but Pharaoh TP's back, the lane was empty because Soul Stealer was higher level and died, so now he's got level 6, he's got, he's pretty much got everything he needs now to start to end up kills and being active in this early game.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Tort's coming into the Legion to set up a gank onto Moon Queen.
Yeah. There's a lot actually down here. I mean, they're really all coming in. Rhapsody might have spotted them, though. I don't know, actually. I mean, now they're going to definitely be spotted. They're just going to jump Rhapsody instead. Moon Queen off to the side, throws out a Moonbee, but is not going to dare step any further into that fight. Knows that they're at a disadvantage, so not wanting to risk it. And this is going to turn into a little bit of a push here.
Oh, if they dive him, he's dead. Look at Bubbles, TP cooldown. Parasite doesn't have TP. Pharaoh doesn't have TP. Chessie's dead.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Moon Finale's going to be activated. Might get a turn kill first. No, yes, he is going to get the turn kill. There's the rocket to stun him. Then finally a TP is going to start to be happening. Gauntlet Blast, though, comes out, and Moon Queen will fall when it's all said and done. Rhapsody joining the party by herself. Currently, more TPs, though, coming in. Here comes Parasite, and here comes Moon Queen with the buyback as well. Grapple away from Gauntlet to his teammate. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. That Moonbeam to finish him off. And now Parasite pursuing Torture. Torture in some trouble, but Lowstone activating the Shadow Storm. He's looking for the picture. Misses the rocket drill, though. The Shadow Storm hits absolutely nobody. Song of the Sea from Bubbles. Here comes the Kelfield. Soul Stealer joining the party, though, and it just continues on with this fight, but Stay Green just staying on top, and they get the kills. Lodestone barely still alive. He's probably going to be killed as well, and it will be a full genocide for Stay Green with absolutely nobody dying. That whole fight, as even Rhapsody lives at the end there with the tower damage. Wow, I don't know if I saw that coming, man. Beautiful buyback, though. Choice by Jesse.
Yeah, BMG, they kind of screwed up when they're pushing the tower. Lodestone went in all by himself. If they did that with like 2 or 3 heroes, face check the Moon Queen all, there's no way one of them dies, and they kill him, they get out, and maybe even get the tower kill. Swindle meanwhile dies in the mid lane, but
that was funny actually. He's just there like below half life, and all of a sudden a grapple comes out of nowhere and power glove, and then he's dead. So. But, so yeah, a little bit of sign of life there from BMG. But yeah, so it sounds like, the decision-making there from our Hellborn team might not have been the most effective and the best
It
ones.
was really just the execution. Oh, big hook
Jeez. It never gets boring to watch this guy, man. I mean, he is the top hooking player in the world. I mean, there's no question about that. And it's just still always so it's like so routine now. It's like that hook right there. I used to be freaking out. Now it's just like, okay, yeah, there's another big Super KG play, whatever. Over to Congor we go. I mean, but that was big though. That's actually the one kill was one thing, but then also take out Bubbles right there. But then that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Level 3 Hellfire plus Parasite equals dead Soul Stealer. And, you know, this should be a...
Jeez.
Oh, man. If Fuzi was just at Congor, free Congor, token a life on Fuzi.
Yeah.
That means they can team fight because Soul Stealer has 2 lives and he doesn't have to worry about dying. And it might still get Congor, and Fuzi, it might actually TP in and take it. So...
Yeah, this could be big. I mean, yeah, look at Fuzi. Speaking of that, he's below 300 gold per minute now because of that gank at top even, and also the previous fight that obviously happened. So it looks like they are trying to finish off Congor. Here comes Soul Stealer. And as you said, just going to make sure to get him the token of life here at least. Bubbles is nearby, but he's not going to be able to do anything about it. And that'll be the end of that. So, although Bubbles Kelpin, it nearly killed Gauntlet. He's just enough life, though, to stay alive. Now they're looking for some counter chances, but they don't have the most life over here on the Hellborn side. Need to be careful about taking a fight, and that's exactly what the case is going to be. So, BMG does eventually fall back. So, even despite Soul Stealer getting picked up on the top lane, they do eventually finish off Congor and get him that token. But again, he's only at 300 gold per minute now.
One alone seems pretty upset. Like, that's a pretty big mistake. You know, you're playing Pharaoh versus Gauntlet. Not a lot of heroes aren't on the map. You're not, you know, rocketing Congor, and you know that could have been really big for Stay-Green. That could have been like the game if they had just spotted that. You know, stop the Congor, take the Congor, or just force a fight with a bunch of low HP heroes. But
yeah.
Now BMG, they're kind of back into it. Even they're down on resources. This token on Soul Stealer, top lane. Swindle is getting caught here. He's gonna fall.
Yep, there goes Tempest jumping in. Lowstone with a rocket drill. Gonna be using that as well. And no stun even needed to follow up. And Seal Kid actually getting credit for the kill right there. So Swindle definitely pushed up a little too far. He had a ward of sight, or they had a ward of sight up there on the lane as well. So yeah, he was kind of doing this blind and obviously pays for it.
1 kill, 1 tower. Token might mean a second tower. So this is pretty big for BMG. Soul Stealer's going to get a lot of gold, and the team's going to get a lot of gold. Just this is what they kind of need to do right now.
That is going to be a free tower kill. So the gold again, it's pretty much identical now after all that's gone on. Actually, what is Gauntlet doing? Middle lane, he kind of just charged in the YOLO right there, and that did not work out, unfortunately. So all of a sudden he gets turned on. They're going to counter push the middle tower. The rest of his team, though, is pushing the top lane in the meantime. And they're possibly going to get the secondary tower. Are we going to see TPs in? Is the question. There's a vulnerability. No TPs, though, so this should be a tower kill.
You cannot TP into Tempest Soul Stealer. I don't care if it's 45.
Yeah. Not worth it. All right, so this game, it's hard to gauge, man, because it felt like after the series of fights that against Soul Stealer getting picked off again, it was like really Stay-Green's trying to gain a lot of momentum. But, I mean, they got Congor. They pushed in 2 towers now top lane, and the goal lead against only 1,500. Moon Queen is up there at 466 gold per minute, so as always, that is scary. But you still feel like BMG is actually definitely in this game at this point. I mean, they do got that wombo combo potential, as you put it right there.
I dare say they're ahead at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, Seal Kid does get picked off, and sure, there's an 8,000 gold lead, but what is it? Oh, mid lane Gauntlet's in.
Yeah, Rhapsody's going to be the target. Oh, he grabs his teammate. What just happened right there? The tablet actually screwed it up, it looked like. He ends up grappling his teammate. In the end, they do get the kill, but now here's the response. Moon Queen coming in with that Moon Finale. The beams bouncing around. Pharaoh with the Wrath of the Pharaoh catches Tempest. He goes down. Jonas Fan looking to go back in. The Shadow Storm misses everybody, though, and now he is exposed. Gauntlet in the background. Kelfield's trying to lock him down. Ghost Marchers just going to be enough right there to get away. Rocket drill through. Pharaoh getting locked down. The Soul Burst not going to be enough for the kill, though. They were way too far to range, but Gauntlet is going to finish off Parasite in the meantime. So, again, fight back at least from BMG. And Stay-Green, they had the momentum early on in that fight, but the turn on to Moon Queen.
Jonas is mid. He's looking for the to catch someone out of position. Bubbles should be fine, though.
Or is he? I mean, Rocket Drill He's going to wait right here, but no, he can't actually get it off, and now he might be in some trouble, actually. No, he is going to be fine in the meantime. So, yeah, I mean, Snake, again, another case where it seemed like Snake might have been looking to win that fight, and before you know it, BMG was fighting back and came out on top, and all of a sudden, Soul Stealer, no, he's going to be fine now. And Mukui's up in 5 seconds. Grapple backwards on a Rhapsody. Gonna get the kill right there. No portal key even needed, as he kind of got the flank position. So they're going to continue this push. Soul Stealer still has a token, by the way, for 250. Very important to note. Moon Queen going to port in. Yeah, definitely wants to cancel that, though. The tower falls. Bubbles has to tap it away. BMG, I mean, they just put their foot on the throttle, man, and they aren't stopping here, apparently. Oh, but now things could get dangerous. Here we go. Bubbles coming in right to the Feral counter, and down goes Soul Stealer. Again, he has a token of life, though. Can his teammate stay alive, however? Tempest in the background has an ultimate ready to go. Going to be running in. There's the Tempest on him. Only got the one. Immediate cancel from Parasite as he uses the face suck. Tap it away from Bubbles, and now Soul Stealer and Lowstone. They are on the run. Lowstone's going to be caught out. Soul Stealer stutter step. Not too sure about that decision right there. Might not have mattered in the end. Kitty actually still get away. Leech comes out. Moonquin with the Moonbeam. And Fuzi's definitely going to fall right here. So how about that? Stay green. The exclamation point at the very end. A genocide when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you know, at first it was a really good team fight from Lions. I think it started about 4 minutes ago at the mid lane with the gauntlet hook and hooking onto his ally to survive. And, you know, now they just, you know, they overstayed their welcome. They stayed too long, and they're too low. They had cooldowns not up, and I mean, now they're at a minus 10k gold or 10k experience.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world though, or Silkid's gonna fall against the Parasite. I guess the difference is it's the Soul Stealer, the Moon Queen. That's where most of the experience lead is right now. And I guess that's actually a pretty big deal. That means you're not gonna have a level 16 Soul Stealer and then for like 5 minutes or at least.
Yeah.
Or longer. So.
Yeah, Soul Stealer's definitely a hero. He's obviously more of that snowballing kind of hero. You need to really get that good start on him. Yes, he can recover, sure, but not against a Moon Queen that's getting crazy farm, and that's not how it works. I mean, Moon Queen's now over 500 GPM, and she actually just finished a Geometer's Bane. So how about that decision, too? I mean, last game, she actually prioritized the earlier on Shrunken Head. This time around, she changes it up to go the early on Geometer's Bane instead. Do you see any obvious reason for that, or just happens to be the case here?
It probably means they don't. Either he feels like he doesn't need the survivability to take team fights, or they just don't want to take team fights. They have Parasite, they have Pharaoh. BMG are starting to get all the items they need, and you know, SG just want to prolong the game. They just want to get kills when they can, push towers, not really take team fights. When they're playing, Moon Queen's gonna go for that hard carry this game. Get the BKB, Krishan gonna get the Geos, get the Wing Bow, etc. Just come really big.
Yeah.
Bottom
lane, yeah, this is a big kill opportunity right here, but will they be able to get it? Probably not. Rather than Pharaoh coming in. Soul Stealer Soulburst, yes, they can. He comes out of nowhere, gets the kill right there. Pharaoh's also going to fall. Lodestone trying to help chase down Rhapsody, and they will be successful with that. So Fuzi does get a double tap throughout all that. Portal Key definitely coming in the big play. That'll start it with, once again, a big grapple from Super KG to push Moon Queen out of position and follow up on the fight right there. So more pickoffs happening, and again, before you know it, slowing things down, and all of a sudden they start to pick up their own momentum here in this game. I mean, holy crap, we have 35 hero kills in 20 minutes. That itself is pretty damn crazy in any matchup, let alone Stay Green versus BMG. They're trying to chase Parasite, but ain't going to happen. Look at Parasite, by the way. He's just been doing a great job this whole game. I know that's level 16, as well as 425 gold per minute. He has a level 3 codex. Make that a level 4 codex already. So he has plenty of burst damage coming out.
I think he can solo kill the Soul Stealer, by the way.
Yeah, I would not doubt it. He does have Mystic Vestments, but still, that is a lot. Yeah, level 3 face hug. You got the Codex. Obviously, the Draining Venom no longer affected by the Codex, but still, lots of burst there.
Is that how? Oh yeah, that's how it was changed. Yeah.
What do we got? Level 16 Moon Queen, by the way, too. I think they might be waiting for Congor. He's got to be up shortly. Maybe trying to get a Congor attempt in here, but it ain't going to happen at this point.
Oh, so Pharaoh's in. He's caught him.
He catches Soul Stealer. Big catch right there. And guess what? Parasite's there. Just snipe him out with a Codex. Do they have vision, or was that just a Tormented Soul scout, I guess?
Feral Rocket, and then they stayed too long
Okay.
on Fuzi's part. They have no vision, and just kind of greedy from by Fuzi, but you know what happened, I suppose. Tempest, 2k gold. I wonder what he's gonna go for. I think I like the Shrunken Head. If they force Parasite to be a canceler for Tempest, that means that SG's gonna be losing a lot of their burst damage onto the other heroes. And if they, it means Tempest can kind of just go on the fight, use his Shrunken Head, use his other spells without threat of dying, and then using his Shrunken Head later on. I mean, using his Elemental Void later on in the fight.
Yeah. Triple stack Ancient's going to be destroyed here by Moon Queen for the most part. Looks like Pharaoh might even be getting a couple last hits in there, but majority of it, of course, going to Moon Queen. So, again, the 2100 Golden Tempest, you like that idea of the Shrunken Head. We'll see where Hanskin kind of goes with that. Sitting on the red boots, of course, still. 2100 gold still are saved up by Super KG in the meantime. The Ghost March is a portal key. He obviously had a fairly slow start. He is looking at about 357 gold per minute right here, though, and actually might be looking for kill in the middle lane. Moon Queen is that target, grabs it backwards, right on top of a Shatterstorm for Lowstone with the rocket drill. Boom goes the dynamite. The Geometer's Bane ain't going to save him this time. Pharaoh comes in at the last second, but if anything, this might just cost him his own life right here. Lowstone is dropping low, but not low enough. Inferno instability coming out, but now actually more support coming in. Bubbles does finish off Lowstone. Gauntlet wants to finish out Pharaoh. Soul Stealer's here. Kelfield, however, locking him in place. And Bubbles instead going to be the target now to focus, and he will be taken out most likely. Yes, he will. Okay, I thought I could have poured a key away there, but it ain't going to happen as he falls. So big couple of kills coming out there for BMG. In the meantime, Rhapsody, actually, of all heroes, able to help solo push the bottom tower, but doesn't have a TP. It's going to be fine, though. Okay, Parasite was there. Never mind. So it was a dual push, but anyways,
and Congor.
Yep. It's going to be scouted, but
Bubbles
they can't
is
stop
buyback.
it.
Moon Queen's buyback, but I think they're just going to give this one up.
Bubbles, he just bought back. I mean, Moon Queen has 15 seconds. So they're going to let her. Oh, Minos comes and snipes out Super KG with the Codex, and that is going to stall the Congor fight right here. Soul's going to jump. Great delay coming out from Stay Green. Moon Queen's up in 2 seconds. Going to start porting in. Bubbles joins the party as well. And BMG just completely on the run now. Soul Stealer gets picked off. He does have a buyback if he wants to, which he does. Yeah, he buys back right away. He comes in. He ports into a perfect spot right here. He jumps in. The Soul Burst not even going to be necessary. Particular Melody does not save herself. Rhapsody goes down. And now Parasite Gauntlet Blast help get him killed as well. The chase from BMG is successful themselves. And now they're going to go back into the Congor pit when it's all said and done. Man, oh man, this game. Everyone using a buyback there, right, by the way, on BMG.
Buying back. Actually, Steel Kids was used earlier in the game.
But everyone has used one, though, yeah.
SG is not going to give him a Congor, no way.
They don't want to give a free Congor. Parasite, though, oh no, Parasite trying to kill Gauntlet first. He is going to take up the creep at the last second. The Tempest, all of them, they're going to lock them down. Gauntlet's going to stand his ground. Down goes Parasite, down goes Bubbles. Here comes a double damage. Moon Queen, though, big Mommy Walls coming out. And down goes Soul Stealer, Lowstone, and Tempest. A hat trick from Chesty to finish it off right there. What is going on? This is unstoppable.
DD Moon Queen, he's gonna take it, Breaking.
It doesn't stop. Soul Stealer is trying to get there ASAP. He does have a Soul Burst. He will only have 7 souls though, so minimal damage. Down goes Congor with a double damage Moon Queen, too strong. And Stay Green does steal it in the end. 50 hero kills.
Hanskin also bought up.
Wow. Tempest and Soul Stealer both use the rest of their buyouts. What the hell has happened? Both teams really making a priority there. Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Ancients.
Oh, yeah, they are going to find Moon Queen, actually. So now this token of life all of a sudden, it's going to be used. This game just continues to be crazy. Are they going to be able to stick around long enough? They're not. They're not going to risk it. They know support's coming. They're trying to get the hell on out of there. Tempest, Stutter, stabs, then there's the Pharaoh ultimate. He was trying to juke it if anything it looked like, but that ain't going to happen. In the meantime, in the background, Moon Queen being locked down by Torture, it looks like, but the chase is going to appear to be too strong, and Tempest will eventually fall. So the kill is just nonstop continuing. They did get the token to use, though. Now Pharaoh ain't going to happen, though. He tries to TP out in a secret spot. He gets caught. Moon Queen, though, so running on the uphill now. As Bubbles to follow, Kelfield catches Soul Stealer. Again, he has minimal souls right here. He's going for the TP. Not going to happen, though. He eventually falls. Shadowstorm going to do minimal damage right there. As Shrunken Head is up from Moon Queen. Rhapsody barely alive. Will finally fall. But at what cost here for Torturer? As Torturer's going to go down. This game just got completely chaos modals. I don't even know anymore. It's like, let's just nonstop kill streaks here.
I dare. This game's over, Breaky.
I think it is.
You got minus 10k gold, 15k experience. They have less golden items than they did before they did Congor on Lions or Big Monkey Gaming.
I mean, the buyback situation, yeah, that's what really does it, I think, for BMG. Is actually Parasite picks off Gauntlet right there. I guess Chessie got the credit for the kill with Parasite, doing majority of the damage.
They used 7 buybacks, lost all their gold, lost the team fight, lost one. Like, there's nothing they can do at this point. No. Like, it's on Stay Green to lose this game.
I just, you know, again, these two teams definitely always provide entertaining series. They usually have their different paces. Sometimes they are a little bit slower. Other times they get some fast-paced games. But this has to be one of the most chaotic games they've ever had in the series history, man. I mean, it's just the amount of kills that I've just racked up here, averaging over 2 kills per minute. It's just insane.
Wow, I don't remember the last time I've seen a game that's 2 kills per minute when you're like the best 2 teams in the world are playing each other.
Yeah, I mean that definitely tells you something, and it's good to see here later on in the season as well. You know, going into these playoffs and the Global Grand Finals, that hopefully this is a sign of, you know, just the game itself and where it stands. But anyways, I mean, there is still game left. Obviously, the game isn't over yet, although it does feel like Stay Green's in a very comfortable spot. As Lodestone gonna get caught.
But it is a Lodestone.
It is, but Parasite is nearby at the same time. He comes in with the Codex, Barbed Armor's up, Rock Control backwards, though, Shadowstorm Explosion. I don't even know if it hit. He's just trying to survive, though, but here comes a response now from BMG. Parasite being locked down. In jumps Bubbles, though, with a kill. Protective Melody is not going to be enough to save Parasite, and Rhapsody does fall when it's all said and done. Guess what? Guess who's not here? It's Moon Queen, and guess why? She's pushing the top tower in the meantime while this is all happening. She's going to get the tower kill, at least. No, she's falling back just before. Will the illusion maybe get it? No, it's not going to, actually. So they plan to save. Gauntlet comes in. Oh, he hits the creep, though. But he is going to fall back before much else. So they will save the tower, actually.
So, pretty good hold by Lions. Swindlemelons kind of makes the play they don't need to make. When you're this far ahead, you just push base. You don't need to make any fancy plays or get pickoffs. You just want to force a 5v5 engagement and Big Monkey Gaming and capitalize on that. And if they can get a 10% Shrunken Head, there is still some hope. Like if Kanskin finds the ult and they don't get picked off at all at any stage in this game, there is some hope of them turning this around.
There's so many things. So like, not only do you have a Parasite and a Pharaoh that can still stop him, but then you have the case of Protective Melody from Rhapsody. If she's not even caught in it, she can save her teammates from taking damage while the time is holding to an extent. So yeah, it can happen, but it's gonna take a lot of stars aligning for PMG.
Like, Fuzi needs 1,300. Oh, God, a wing bow picked up on Moon Queen. That's just massive.
Especially after the change.
What's his attack range now?
500.
500? Okay.
She is she's 350, so 450, yeah, sorry.
450, yeah.
Yep. 100 increased attack range. Oh, yeah, by the way, it provides all the stats and the evasion aspect and everything that it did before as well.
Playing.
Yep. Gauntlet's dead. Gauntlet, by the way, going puzzle box. Obviously not helping right there, but yeah. He did go the puzzle box. It is level 2, but he's dead now. He ain't buying back, actually, so this is a free middle push here. This is possibly even the game's actual end at this point. Pending that Wombo combo coming together, as you put it. They need a big Tempest ultimate here. Hanskin, no Shrunken Head. He's going to have to do it without it at this point. Oh, never mind. He's going to get caught first, actually. And he's going to end up dropping. So Stay Green just has all the momentum in the world at this point. No buyback for Tempest. Nothing coming out from Gauntlet. The racks are completely exposed. Both middle and top are going to start to be dropped. Solstice jumps, and he gets Storm Speeded immediately, though. Kind of disrupts what he's going for right there. Lowstone's going to fall as he's exposed. Down goes Torturer. It is just Soul Stealer. GG, well played. Stay Green takes game number 2 here in the winner bracket finals. And as a result, they will take the series and move on to the grand finals here of Cycle 10. where they're going to be coming from the winners bracket and up 1-0 in a best of 5, as always, as a result. So big congratulations to them, of course, deserving of it. They played very, very well today, and BMG just was not able to handle it. So again, what a crazy game. That was a fun game. Glad we got to watch that one. What were your thoughts on that game there, Sender?
That last game, it just really came down to one key decision by Lions. They wanted to take a Congor kill when they had a lot of gold pooled on heroes like Soul Stealer and Tempest that were pretty close to their core items being Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
And then they lost the fight. They decided to use all their buybacks. They went all in. It didn't work out for them. And sometimes you just lose a game like that. It happens. They made a decision. It didn't work out for them. But that's pretty much it.
Oh, so true. Yeah, again, BMG played solid, but you no doubt State Green definitely just was the better team here today, as this series tends to go. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, it seems like every time. And these two teams very evenly matched, definitely the matchup right now, and Heroes of New Earth has been so for a while. Hell, even pretty much all the season, too. And once again, here is it to finish off the regular season. Here in cycle number 10, at least for the winner bracket final. So what that means, again, State Green, they're going to the grand finals. BMG is going to be knocked out to the losers bracket. A quick update on that. So we didn't even talk about that earlier. So I actually got several things I want to say here before we officially wrap things up. And yeah, it is going to be coming to an end here. But again, before we go, I definitely have some things to say. So sit tight here, guys, for just a little bit longer. First things first, the brackets. Denali Esports versus Reason Gaming there in the losers bracket. They actually had to reschedule that match to play tomorrow morning. So here's the deal. 3 series are scheduled to be happening tomorrow, including the grand finals here of cycle number 10. That means we're going to be coming at you 9 a.m. Eastern. That is actually... Let me do the math here real quickly. What is that? 1500 Central European Time. So 9 a.m. Eastern, 1500 Central European Time. We're going to be coming at you, casting DNL, Denali Esports versus Reason Gaming. The winner of that will then play BMG, a.k.a. former Lions team, in the loser bracket finals. And then, of course, the winner of that will then play State Green in the grand finals in that best of the 5 with State Green up 1-0. So it is going to come to an end tomorrow here for both Cycle 10 and the regular season, but we got 3 series tomorrow, and all going to be covered here on HoNcast. So definitely really looking forward to all that coverage for tomorrow. So again, that's at 9 a.m. Eastern, 1500 Central European Time. There you go for that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up here, there's 2 more things really. First things first, speaking of the end of the regular season here, I wanted to bring this up, very important, a really fun thing that we put together here. We got an All-Star match in the makings here. An All-Star, we figured, with the regular season coming to an end, and we just want to get some more content, just some more fun matches out there, if anything. Going to be doing a regular season All-Star match, so you, the community, gets to vote for every single player here in this All-Star match that is going to set to be happening next Friday, actually. Friday of this coming week. For each position, you get to actually vote for 2 players. The top 2 voted players, each position, will then be invited to the All-Star match, and then we're gonna do a thing too where we kind of draft them on each of the teams, and then they'll play in an All-Star match, a best out of 5 setup. There's no actually money on the line. The players will be getting something out of it themselves for being voted and being able to participate in the event, but we didn't really want to put money on the line because we wanted it to be a fun match and really hopefully encourage more outside picks and whatnot to be happening. But it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun day. That's, again, this coming Friday, guys. This is a forum post that is up. There will also be a post on HoNcast.com about it as well eventually. But for right now, you can go to the competitive forums, check it out. You can vote for each of the roles right here that you want to vote for, as you can see. And definitely take the time to do that, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to having a lot of fun here with this All-Star match. So take the time to go vote for that and see who's going to be making the All-Star match of 10 players in total. And again, having fun with that next Friday. The polls will close by, I believe we're set to close them this next Tuesday, by the way. So you have till this next Tuesday to put your votes in. With that said, the last thing I wanted to bring up here was actually the other big event that we announced here that we're starting up once again that we've done before in the past and had a lot of fun with it. It died off. We're bringing it back because you know what? Damn it, we just want more HoN. and that's never a bad thing. King of the Hill returns. King of the Hill tournament coming back as well for you guys, and you, the community, gets to be involved in it to an extent. So this is something, as you can see right here, it's going to be an every Tuesday and Thursday thing here, starting this coming week. Once again, is at least the idea. Hopefully it can be all organized and set up before this time, but starting this coming week, starting on Tuesday, there will be a challenger fight, and then the Thursday is actually the title fight. So just a quick rundown of how it works. You, the community, you guys actually get a vote for the teams that play in the challenging match, the challenging fight match. Going into the first week. So as you see, you click on here, you guys could actually vote for the 2 teams that you want to see played in that challengers match. Now, for this first week, as you may notice, Stay Green isn't actually on this poll because they're actually the first Kings. They're the first Kings. They're going to be the first Kings. They won the regular season and everything, the #1 team right now. So they're actually labeled as the first initial team that's going to be the title fight automatically. So they're there. You're going to vote for the 2 teams to play a play-in match and then eventually play them. And it's going to be a case of win streaks. If a team manages to get a win streak going, the more wins they get, the more money they'll get as a result of it. And obviously, again, if anything, it's just great content. It's just about having fun. Really can't wait for that to kick off again, hopefully this coming week. Go vote, guys, for the 2 teams that you want to see participate so we can get that set up ASAP. So there you go. There you go. Wanted to bring those things up, guys, as far as what is going on. And, of course, even after all of that, then there's the playoffs coming up for Cycle. After Cycle number 10, of course, the playoffs. Stay Green automatically going to the grand finals. But we need to figure out who that second team is. And the playoffs start next week. And a lot of matches to come with that. In fact, real quickly right here, I just want to see if I can pull up that schedule. Again, there's also a sticky post on this in the competitive section, as well as a HoN Tour site. But the playoff format, it starts next weekend. A lot of matches, from group stages to double elimination bracket stages to the very end. There's going to be a lot of content, guys, here. February is going to be an awesome month, to say the least, for Heroes and Newers. So there you go. Want to get that all out there as far as what the plans are. So, Sender, I know you muted yourself there. Before we wrap up, once again, Sender, thanks again for joining me. Any final thoughts or any words you want to give here?
Let me just think. It's been a while. Shout out to the viewers, because, what's the point of casting if not for you guys? And lastly, shout out to Zfree, Kreiser, Troy, Brendan, and I'm sorry if I missed anyone. That's it.
There you go. Sender, thanks again. Appreciate it as always. Joining me as a co-casting. And again, shout out to both BMG and Stay Green for providing yet another awesome series to cast, another awesome series to watch, I'm sure. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So, again, a fairly shorter day because of the reschedules and whatnot. But with that said, going to be wrapping up. Again, tomorrow, though, kind of make up for that because it's going to be 3 series. 2 of them best of the 3s, and the third one being a best out of 5 with a 1-0 advantage. A lot of Heroes of New Earth is set to be played tomorrow. It all starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, 1500 Central European Time. You do not want to miss it, guys. Until then, with that said, wrapping up, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow here on HoNcast. Until then.